What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Designsmith. In this video, we're going to talk about Swiss design and why it works so well. Before we get started, please make sure you are subscribed to support the channel. So far on my channel, I've touched a lot on Swiss design and what it is, but now let's get to the good stuff. What are the secret ingredients that make it so incredibly effective, especially when it comes to those iconic posters that we all admire? You know, when you first look at a Swiss poster, it might seem almost simple. And in a way, it is. But that simplicity is a result of a deep commitment to a few core principles. Think of it like a master chef using only the finest ingredients to create the perfect dish. Every element is there for a reason, and nothing is superfluous. Let's talk about those principles of Swiss design that make it work so well. First up, and probably the most obvious, is clarity. Swiss designers are obsessed with making sure their message is understood immediately without any confusion. There's no decorative fluff, no ambiguous symbols. It's about getting straight to the point, loud and clear. Think about how quickly you get the message from a Swiss design poster, even from a distance. That's clarity in action. Next up, we have order. This is where those famous Swiss grids come in. If you haven't seen my video where I show you how to make a Swiss grid, check it out right up here. Swiss poster designers love structure, precision, and logical organization. Everything has its place, and there's a reason for it. This isn't just about making things look neat. It's about designing a visual hierarchy that makes it easier for the viewer to digest the information that's on the poster. It's like a well-organized set of building blocks. You know exactly where to put everything for maximum impact. And then there's objectivity. And this is a big one. Swiss design really tries to remove personal bias or excessive emotion from the design process. It's not about expressing the designer's ego, it's about clear and effective communication. The focus is on understanding and utility. It's almost like the poster is speaking for itself without any fancy bells and whistles. Now you might be thinking, that sounds cold and maybe even a little boring. And it's true, without the proper execution, these principles could lead to a sterile design. But that's where the magic happens. Swiss designers aren't just following rules, they're masters at subtly infusing these principles with elegance and a surprising amount of visual interest. They find beauty in restraint and incredible power in directness. These designers achieve this through incredible attention to detail. We're talking about the perfect kerning in typography, the precise alignment of elements, and the thoughtful use of negative space. Every tiny decision is made with purpose. So these aren't just abstract ideas. These core ingredients, clarity, order, and objectivity, all executed with meticulous attention to detail, are what gives Swiss posters their incredible power. These principles allow the designs to transcend trends, communicate across cultures, and remain timelessly effective. It's not about being trendy, it's about being fundamentally right for clear visual communication. And these principles work together to go beyond beauty, to the point of just making sense. There's a common misconception that design, especially for posters, is just about aesthetics, making them pretty or eye-catching. But with Swiss design, it goes so much deeper than that. It's about creating a visual experience that's intuitive, efficient, and ultimately just makes sense. Think about it. How many times have you walked past a poster, not even thinking about what it's communicating, and just being overwhelmed by too much information? Swiss design tackles these frustrations by prioritizing function over form. This does not mean that form isn't important. The beauty emerges from the function. When a poster is designed to be effortlessly readable, clearly understood, and logically organized, it often ends up being incredibly elegant as a result. The visual elements serve the message, not the other way around. Another key aspect that makes these posters just work is their focus on universality. Because the Swiss designer aims for objectivity and clarity, these posters often transcend language barriers and cultural differences. The use of simple geometric shapes, clean photography, and universal symbols means the message can be understood by a wider audience no matter where they're from. And this is why you see the influence of Swiss design everywhere in the world. From airport signage to major event posters, it's truly a global language of visual communication. And here's another thing, it's incredibly enduring. Unlike poster design trends that come and go, Swiss design has a remarkable ability to remain relevant and effective for multiple decades and close to a century. Because it's not relying on fleeting fads and overly decorative elements, the appeal doesn't fade. It's built on principles that are fundamentally sound and human-centric, the need for clear communication, and so it stands the test of time. Swiss design truly is future-proof design. So while a beautiful Swiss poster might initially catch your eye, its true power lies in how seamlessly it communicates, how effortlessly it helps you understand the information, and how reliably it serves its purpose. It's design that anticipates your needs and guides your eye without you even realizing it. It's the ultimate example of less is more, where every element contributes to a highly effective and satisfying visual experience. So here's the question in 2025. Is it still the gold standard? You know as well as I do, design trends come and go like crazy. One day it's maximalism and then AI generated, and here we are again back to retro design. It can feel like you need to completely reinvent your style every few months just to keep up. So where does a classic like Swiss design fit into all of that? Does its emphasis on clarity and order still resonate when everything else is so loud? Well, the short answer is absolutely yes. While you might not see exact replicas of 1960s Swiss posters everywhere, the principles of Swiss design have seamlessly woven themselves into the fabric of almost all modern graphic design, especially in the digital realm. Think about it, the screens that we interact with on a daily basis are generally pretty small. We have much shorter attention spans than we used to, and we need information very quickly now. So what is it that we crave? Clarity, order, and ease of use. These are all the principles of Swiss design. This is why Swiss design's emphasis on things like clean, sans-serif typography, robust grid systems, and a clear visual hierarchy are more vital than ever. They are the silent heroes behind countless user interfaces, app designs, and modern corporate branding. They make complex information digestible and user experiences intuitive. Take a look at some of the biggest tech companies and modern brands today. What do they all have in common? Clean logos, simple interfaces, and a strong focus on conveying their message without distraction. That is Swiss design DNA. We see it in their crystal clear typography, their thoughtful use of white space, and the way information is presented in an unorganized, almost architectural way. The entire concept of a responsive web design is a direct descendant of Swiss design. It's about designing a flexible, orderly framework that can gracefully adjust without losing its core message or legibility. Now, this doesn't mean that modern designers are just stuck in the past recreating these posters from the 60s. What we're seeing is a beautiful evolution. Designers are taking those timeless principles, clarity, order, and functionality, and adding their own contemporary flair. Maybe it's a vibrant color palette, a touch of texture, or a really well-taken photograph. But the foundational structure, the commitment to legibility, and the form follows function philosophy remain. So is Swiss design still the gold standard today? I would argue yes, in terms of its principles. They provide a solid, reliable foundation for creating effective and timeless graphic design. They remind us that true beauty in design comes from simplicity, purpose, and universal understanding. It's not about being trendy, it's about creating something that genuinely works and communicates no matter the medium. Not only that, but I love all of these Swiss designs from the 1960s, and that's one of the reasons why I recreate them as much as I can. I also want to show you how it's done in case you want to do the exact same thing. Now, how are you going to take these principles and apply them to your own designs? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.